Hello, my name is John Sherman. I'm an environmental artist and curator based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. As an artist, my primary mediums are walking and drawing, and the stop motion video that you see right now is an example of that. So I used drawing to document a walk that I took, and that walk was in fact based on a line drawing which I then stepped out in space. So there's often this kind of circularity guiding my work as an artist. So I like to rely on walking as a way to observe the world around me, and then use drawing and photographs and video and text to express my experiences with that. I'm a pretty low-tech artist, so my documentation and expressions are fairly simple in form. In recent years, I've examined and extended my practice, I guess, to move beyond the physical environment and start to look at the psychic and social environments that I am a community member within or live within. And so, for example, I live in the neighborhood where George Floyd was murdered, and the police precinct was destroyed, and many other buildings and properties were destroyed in the wake of that tragedy. So I've used my walking and drawing practice to reckon with those experiences of my community. One of the projects that I did about the neighborhood where I live in was to walk the boundary of the 3rd precinct and then reflect on the pain of my community, and I then made these drawings which look at myself and my feelings and the cauldron we live in. The primary medium here is ashes from the buildings that were burned. In another project, I documented what happened on a specific street in our neighborhood, and there's going to be a little video that comes up next and takes you through some reflections about that. Hello everyone. It's been 100 days since the riots and waves of destruction that swept across Minneapolis after the murder of George Floyd. And since East Lake Street was ground zero for much of that destruction, I thought today I should take a walk down Lake Street and see how it's doing. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to, share some stories and some drawings and whatever my observations are. Okay, stay tuned. Hello again. I am now at the beginning of East Lake Street, which is at Lake and Nicollet, and the Kmart is right behind me. The Kmart wasn't actually hit in the riots, but it was scheduled to be closed and reworked. And so a lot of artists have come and worked on the facade for us. So I'm going to show you some of those images right now. So the rest of the area wasn't so lucky as Kmart. This is the Atlas staffing facility. Another place across the street got hit. Behind the Office Depot, all the Office Depot area was destroyed, and the post office and the bank. All right, I'm walking west on Lake Street now. You can see another
another place that got hit, but it's under reconstruction. Alright, I'm at Columbus and Lake, another one that was destroyed but has been demoed mostly. And then another one across the street. That one looks like it hasn't been cleaned up yet. So now we are near Lake in Hiawatha, and you can see the demolition is being done on what used to be Savers and 7 Mile Express and City Trends and a couple other stores and shops that were in this area. Alright, here I am at pretty much ground zero. This is where AutoZone was, right behind me. 3rd precinct in the background. That empty lot used to be a liquor store, which has now been cleaned up and is gone. And across the street was Midori's restaurant, my son's favorite restaurant. And then across the way was another set of restaurants that we used to eat at. This is right near ground zero as well. Not sure what this building was. It used to be a Denny's in here, but I'm not sure what it was most recently. This is the Walgreens mobile pharmacy that was set up almost immediately after the Walgreens was destroyed to help out people who needed to get their prescriptions filled. Of course, there was some monetary self-interest on the part of Walgreens too, but it did help the community. And you can see that they've already cleared the site and are preparing it to rebuild anew. Alright, so here I am at the end of East Lake Street. It stops in the middle of the Lake Street Bridge that crosses the Mississippi River. So I am just back from my long walk from here to the beginning of East Lake Street, the length of the street and back. And I suppose the short answer to the question of how's Lake Street is so far so good in the reconstruction. Lake Street is it's gonna come back, I'm sure, and it's a whirring and grinding and noisy place as ever. All right, hello again. So I live just 8 blocks south of Lake Street, which the video that you just saw documented. And I also live right about in the middle of the 3rd precinct, which is this neighborhood that I've been documenting and talking about in this video. So for this next project, I decided to walk in the 4 directions, make drawings along the way, collect some stories, and do some writing about that. In this video, I'm just going to share the drawings and let those stand on their own rather than try to tell the stories as well. So this first drawing just shows the template of how they work. I walked there and back. So the base drawing is the same for all 4 directions. It's the view that's just outside of my house. And then there's 2 drawings across the precinct in each direction added to that. So this one's east, and east we go across the grain elevators to the edge of the Mississippi River, which is the largest river in the United States. Then south, I
I crossed some nature areas and then hit a boundary highway at the edge of the precinct. West, I crossed George Floyd Square and all the love and confliction that's happening there, and then hit another boundary highway at the edge of the precinct. And then north is Lake Street. I crossed Lake Street and then reached the edge of downtown Minneapolis. So those are those 4 projects. Now I have another video which I'm going to share with you, which is a super local, very local, and a very short walk, which I'll just leave you to draw your own associations from. And lastly, I'm just going to circle back to the original video that the drawings at the beginning of this video were based on. Enjoy. Thank you.